Let's bring the booms. Boom, boom, boom. We go one, we go all, folks. Oh my gosh. And fight. We fight here every day on the Matrixxx Groove Hour. Wow, we've got a lot to cover. We had 11 Q posts yesterday during the show when we had Coach Clay and I-70. That was very awesome, by the way. I know a lot of you were here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I sure did. Seems like we got a 5-5 response too. I mean, you just with the timestamps, you just can't make this stuff up. I don't know. I mean, hey, could be not. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but just an honor to be on the show while the Q team drops in. With that, let me bring my partner in justice, Mr. Shady Groove. Shady.
Yes, sir. That was one heck of a day yesterday, wasn't it?
That's right. And we got 17 Q posts. If we had a double. So If you take away that double, we had 17 Q posts on December 17. It was also a Q's day as well, Shady.
17th and the Q's day, and the day before this debacle that you're seeing in the house.
That's right.
It's a republic
show.
Until they take it.
It's a republic until they take it. What do we've got, Mr. Jefferson? Was it Mr. Jefferson? Was it Jefferson or Adams? I can't remember. What do we have here? A republic, if you can keep it. And we need to keep this republic, and that's what we are here fighting for every day. And alongside with the Q Army right here in this YouTube audience, we got the awesome mods. If you have any questions, feel free to, contact the mods there, ask a question, they'll get it to us. We'll try to answer all questions. I know there's a lot of new people here that are Q as well, new to Q, Shady. So,
and I think that we're going to have a lot more brothers and sisters in America joining this conversation, because this is really getting heated, and everyone is all of a sudden sitting up straight and looking and like, what's going on here?
Yeah. What's going on? Nancy Pelosi did say our republic is at risk. That's going to be
because we didn't give $400 million in foreign aid. We waited 55 days, and that makes our republic at risk.
How many?
55.
5-5. Got it. Just checking.
Just
making sure. All right. So don't forget tonight the story. Q reminded us to watch this tonight, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys.
And there's a rally tonight as well, right?
And there's a rally. Yes.
Right. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff to do. I'm sure POTUS is gonna wait till after bar to get on. We usually get on like 8 or 9. I'm not sure where the rally is. Do you guys know where the rally is tonight? Do you know, Shady?
Wasn't it maybe Detroit or something? Let me see.
Yeah,
somewhere up north.
We'll check that out. But rally, Jackie says. Jackie, where's the rally tonight? Jackie.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Carly, where's the rally?
Michigan. Okay. Oh, Michigan, guys. Thank you.
And I was close. I said Detroit.
Mary, Michigan. Isabella, Michigan. Christ Believer, Battle Creek. It's in Battle Creek. Oh, my gosh, guys.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what kind of history Battle Creek has.
Battle Creek. Guys, thank you so much.
I'm already looking.
And Bad Company, Till the Day I Die, says best time ever to be alive. That's for sure, guys.
I mean, we're really seeing that, aren't we, Matrixxx? Ooh. I mean, really just take out all the mush, and you're seeing something pretty epic unfold in front of you. These Q posts we're getting ready to go through do lead into that a little bit, but it is the greatest time to be alive. We have chosen to come here. We have all chosen to be a voice for freedom and a voice for America in the modern age, which a lot of us, I think, walking around thought might not be as strong as it is today. So thank you to Q and POTUS for banding us together again and getting us all on the same page, because it's been a miracle.
It has been a miracle. And Christ Believer is going tonight. Christ Believer, if you, I think we're hooked up on Twitter. Yeah, if we're hooked up on Twitter, DM me some pictures if you can. That would be amazing. I know the service sometimes is spotty. I think they kind of jam it. Also, I want to thank, really quick, Mary Poff, thank you very much. Love you. She says, love you guys, but we love you more. Thank you so very much. Wow. Carly Bonet is here. Yes, she is. And John Reagan, how you doing? We're all mad here. We're
all mad. That's good. That's what we want you to be.
Brad almost says they're calling it the Merry Christmas Rally. Ooh, interesting. The Merry Christmas Rally. Love it. And Carly Bonet says, dun, dun, dun. Yeah. All right, guys. So, we kind of, went through a lot of these Q posts. Did you get anything extra? Do you want to just kind of quickly go over 3701? Basically, it's Paul Sperry, the swamp runs deep, sleepers everywhere, think coats, wheels in motion. Q. Remember when Q says that the wheels of justice move slow, but when they move, they're quick?
Yes.
I think that's what this has. I know iPod related this to Wheels Up, but I think this has to do with the wheels of justice, in my opinion. I watched iPod today. He's awesome, by the way. I love iPod. Shout out to you, iPod. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with what you're saying there. With what we've all wanted is for these guys to get tangled up into the grinding gears of government. Like this is exactly what they've been doing to other people. General Flynn being just a most recent example, but you can imagine going back 2 decades or longer that they've put everyone that's come in front of them through this. They've accused people who didn't do anything. They've falsified documents. They've lied to FISA courts. So all of this is really interesting to see. And, Bill Barr said, what did he say? What did he say the other day? He's like, these things take time.
They do. They do take time. And that's the picture that we have on the thread today. These things take time. And they have the gangster, right? So this is basically what Q pointed us to is Paul Sperry. Rewind on January 29th, 2018, FBI Director Robert Ray issued a statement rebutting the Nunes memo on FISA abuses and warning Trump not to declassify or release it, citing grave concerns with inaccuracies and omissions in the memo. Now we know Ray, too, was lying, guys. I mean, but, he says sleepers, Q says sleepers everywhere. Now, are they sleepers for the positive? I mean, we have seen Trust Ray, right? We have seen that. It could be misinfo. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of people that are upset with Director Ray. Now, could that lead into a replacement of the FBI head because of what's been transpiring here?
I think that maybe that would be a signal that something has changed. But, after Mr. Ray was appointed director, that we did get some comms before saying that there are sleepers everywhere and kind of directed towards him. So, right, here was one of them. This was in July. And so this is relevant because it says future marker, and we got a marker post yesterday.
Yep,
with
9.
The same thing.
And here's another sleeper coats, right? Oh, this is the bracket. Sleeper coats. Here it is.
Next one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some who once supported POTUS sleepers will have turn puppets and puppet masters. So all assets, foreign and domestic, being deployed. Some once supported POTUS sleepers have/will turn puppets and puppet masters. Control of narrative, control of public opinion. That's what that equals, right? Control of public opinion equals power. Everything is at stake. Old guard power structure being destroyed. Washington Civil War. Control the narrative. Prevent exposure of truth. Self-preservation. Fighting for survival. Information warfare. And we had another information warfare, I think, as well. This is another one. This is 3702. Shady, if you want to read that one real quick, because I think we should just go through all of them since this is the thread.
The Senate must be unrestricted to conduct other important business. If Dems knew Senate would not vote to convict, why proceed? How long does a typical Senate impeachment trial take? Can the Senate conduct other business during this time? No! What value might this have for the Dems? Barr and Durham working in secret, Senate working openly. Value of public learning the truth prior to I_unseal or indictment unseal. Propaganda push failing. Transparency and accountability is the only way forward to save the republic. This is not another 4-year election.
Yeah.
Game theory, Q.
Very interesting post. That is amazing. And
this was like the second one yesterday, right?
yeah. This was 12/48/20.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Christy, thank you so much. PayPal received. I really appreciate that. Helps more than you know. So that's an amazing post right there. You know, can the Senate conduct other business during this time? No, they can't. They're at a landlock. You know, they're locked. This is Anon Iden, the error regarding Corney versus Comey. Think Doc release. This is, you know, the Q post there, Corney, right? Showing that there's misspellings, and it looks like, remember, misspellings matter. Durham 5-3 1 through 99, and that's the classified, I believe, 1 through 99, right? And misspellings matter, and that goes over to Lizzie Bell, who actually tweeted iPod. So iPod got an indirect Q iPod. They didn't even notice that yesterday. So this is very curious stuff. Who could have altered Horowitz's report to make the RN in Comey look like an M? Other instances of R and N have the natural gap, RN, very close to M, but completely different as to the kerning, which is, kerning is a font. Only in the name of Comey/Corney has the kerning reduced look like an M. So that's the font type, Shady. That's what kerning is.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know, and as we were getting these, we did, you know, it was really hard to, you know, do, and iPod did a wonderful thread on this. Let's actually go to this right here. Here it is. And maybe you're at a crossroads. You could choose one way and your name gets spelled correctly. Choose another and it just ends up sounding corny. And this is a thread he did. See, look at that. Comey, Corny. Looks very similar, doesn't it? Very
really
interesting.
Does.
Very interesting. And this is a thread that iPod did, if you guys want to go check that out as well. Let me go back to Matrixxx on Twitter. There we go. In pursuit of truth. In pursuit of tooth? No, in pursuit of truth. Remember size. I got to remember size that.
I remember size that. And one interesting thing is, have you ever heard the term kerning before?
Wait, Faith St. John, space between letters that can be adjusted in programs like Word Perfect or WordPress or Word Perfect. So that could be the space between the letters is kerning. Okay.
That's exactly what I was just going to mention, that the kerning is like some computer thing where you can move the letters closer together. So they've intentionally done this to make it look like the correct letters, to move the R closer to the N,
right.
Make it look like an M, and then maybe a couple of these other people that we find, it's called kerning. Huh.
There you go. That's interesting. So thank you very much, Faith St. John, for correcting myself on that. That's why we're all here together. We dig together, guys. And what are shovels used for again, Shady?
Digging.
Yeah, digging. We dig. Trumpy Girl's here. Hello, Trumpy Girl. Me Q. Murr is in the amount of say between. Yes, excellent. Linda Taylor is here. Endgame. Hello, Matrixxx, Shady Groove mods, and fellow Patriots, and Mike Hess. Keck to you, my brother. And kerning is kernel. Interesting. Kernel.
Like a corn kernel.
Yeah. I said it first, but okay, time foolery. You know what? I just read this. I'm doing a show at the same time, so I'm sorry if I missed you first. You know that I would always tell you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so remember this. This is the National Presidential Alert System 2. Why was this created and tested? Political warfare, information warfare.
And we were discussing this a little bit yesterday about the and then remember later on we got the number 9, which is relevant to censorship. So interesting thing here, you know, are they saying that they're going to try to take everything down? Like, are they going to try to take all the platforms down, just in general?
That could be, you know.
And another thing too that's curious or that's interesting about this, the presidential alert system could simply be him tweeting, putting his tweets in this system.
Yes.
You could just copy the tweet, drop it in the system, and tweet to all of us, right?
That's right. And I know I got one of those tests, and this is an article back October 3rd. presidential alert, the best Twitter reactions to Trump's FEMA test alert.
They really lost their marbles on this, didn't they?
Oh, well, if the mainstream media goes crazy on it, you know that it's over. Cue social media reactions. So this is it. 11:18, just getting the presidential alert. You up? That's hilarious. Michelle wouldn't have let this happen. Oh my gosh. I don't like Trump. I don't like him. I don't like him here. This is a test. Well, he's your president. Sorry.
And now he can communicate with your device.
That's right. Siri, get me a Diet Coke. Siri, what button is this? Oh, man. And I got one of them as well. So this is awesome. This is my president, and I love when the mainstream media gets, triggered on that. Yes. So there we go. That's about the presidential alert system. And then we got this Corny and Comey with a bunch of popcorn with our Pepes watching the show. And there's our real Donald Trump there. There he is. We're all watching it, eating our popcorn. Shady, that's you right there in front. I can tell. That's you.
Yeah, I always like the front seat.
Front and center.
I want to be up front.
Right on. Also, I wanted to tell you, Sue Whitmore, great day to be alive. Appreciate all you do to get this info out. Thank you very much. And if you guys could do us a favor and hit that like button, we got 622 people watching now, and I dare you to share it. Dare you.
Double dog dare you.
I double dog dare you. Famous Aussie was arrested yesterday and has child abuse vids at the airport. Australia is with POTUS. So that was from Still Awake NZ. That's interesting. Yeah, I believe that a lot of strings are being cut worldwide. And here we go. Worldwide with QPost 3707 at 1439 worldwide. Though nothing should ever replace Christ in Christmas. Merry Christmas, Anons / Patriots. God is on our side. Q. There you go.
Now that's got me picking the package up under the tree, trying to figure out what's in it.
Right. Yeah. There's
whoa.
It's gonna be a nice time. Derek Septiv says SB Patriot. Love it.
Tom Foolery says Shady likes his corn popped. I do.
He does. He likes it popped and
it's
popped.
It's not the same corn pop as Joe Biden talks about.
No Joe Biden corn pop. This is the next Q post showing the search at Derp Justice. And look what you find regarding Corny. Corny confined then FBI Director James 8 Corny in testimony before the House Permanent. James 8 Corny, corn harvest 5-5 Q. That was our 5-5 that we got.
5-5 corn ready to be cut. 4 to be cut.
4 to be cut. So is that 4-2? Is that who's 42, Shady?
That would be you, Bill.
Oh my God! Corn 4-2 ready to be cut.
How does it make you feel whenever you get the 4-2 pointed out, Bill?
I don't know, Shady.
You were hoping we'd forget.
I did not have relations with that corn.
Don't touch the corn anymore.
Cut the corn.
Cut the corn.
Cut the corn. All right. So then we got the Jerusalem Post that was Dark Delight. Those who you are taught to trust the most, guys. The Vatican ambassador to France resigns after molestation allegations, guys. The Pope had a bad May in 2018, JD. Then we got this from Ellen O'Shell, Enoch, which is an awesome graphic, by the way, showing the corn ready for to be cut. And there's that 1 year delta. Let me see if I can get that a little bit bigger. So there it is right there, March 3rd. So you got 1 year delta, March 2018. Okay, when he posted that in March, that's what it is, right? So you got that When Will Americans Wake Up to the D Party Con, talking about James 8 Corny and misspellings matter, Shady.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. All right, let me get that back to normal size.
Corn pop.
Corn pop. All right, so there we go. So also, the next post was interesting because, it's Q, and they're all interesting. Let me go down to here because we can read it a little bit better. Q posts this one here regarding the storm has arrived. Just because the public is unaware of something does not mean nothing is happening. How about that? Mueller hearing was a tactic tactic meant to delay H report. H report release necessary prior to Comey C in kill box release. H plus C equals D. D is the start of the mass awakening. White House, ABC's, state, foreign, ... Post D comes many eyes. And we think that's indictments, guys. When blackmail no longer holds due to the loss of senior level key government positions and 11th hour testimony, those previously protected become prey, and the hunters become the hunted. God wins. Q. And Q says, Q355, the storm sequence of events, Horowitz, IG report. So Horowitz, IG report, Comey report, D-class of FISA, indictments. Worth remembering. Q.
Just a little timeline there.
Just a little
timeline for all the alternate media that says that this isn't real.
Yeah, not real. Not real. Nope.
Doesn't exist.
Interesting. Let's see what we got here. This is 3712, Shady. This was at 15:30:49. It has Alisi Hastings. House Rules Panel holds hearing to set guidelines for impeachment debate. And they're on there right now. Ugh. So in 1988, the Democratic-controlled United States House of Reps took up the case, and Hastings was impeached for bribery and perjury by a vote of 413-3. He was then convicted on October 20th, 1989 by the United States Senate, becoming the 6th federal judge in the history of the United States to be removed from office by the Senate. The Senate, in 2 hours of roll calls, voted on 11 of the how many? 17. Say it isn't so. Do. You got it. That was iPod. 7. No. He goes 17. So that's interesting, right? So there's welcome to the D Party Con, and let's go over to that. Q did link us to this, and if you look at this stuff, love you guys. Kanish, love you. Thank you. This was bribes and stuff. So there was something that we saw in here too. Let me see. What do we see in here?
The number one thing is this guy's now a representative.
Right.
It's like, how did he get to be a representative?
And he's impeached, right?
And he's been impeached for being a judge 20 years ago, or more than that, 30 years ago.
79. President Carter appointed him. Hastings was acquitted of criminal trial, perjury, and bribery in 83.
So he had problems other than his 89 conviction and tossing out.
Yeah, and now so our criminals, here they are.
Right back around.
Yeah.
Did Nancy Pelosi go anywhere? Where's Chuck Schumer? Same place.
The more critical, or the more criminal, the more, what do you call it? Valuable to these people, right?
How about say it like the those who take are elevated.
Right. Exactly right. Just like in the the most corrupt cops get elevated under the
corrupt overhead.
That's right. So this is it. This is another one, Shady. This is the FISA court slams FBI over surveillance applications in rare public order. This is huge, Shady. This is a boom shakalaka, actually. I mean, the FISA court. And guess who appointed the FISA court? Do you guys know? Roberts.
The FISA court was started in the late 70s.
Yes, but these judges that were at the FISA court were appointed by Roberts, apparently.
Yeah, but Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts, is the FISA court Chief Justice. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, right. and he reported. So I'm wondering if now we have obviously a clean justice here.
Well, one thing that hit me after we did the show yesterday was, why would they do this now? And Nunes made a point about this on the air last night, but he was like, I sent them this letter telling them about this abuse in early 2018. And he was like, it's just very interesting that they're now saying something about it. And so it kind of makes me think, wow, I think they're starting to realize which side of the toast the butter is on.
That's right.
And a little bit of scratch, cover up. Oh, what in the world is this? Pretend like we didn't know.
Right.
And also interesting, I wanted to connect with this real quick, was the 5-3 comment that Q made would kind of indicate 8 judges. So that would be -1. And it could be the one be the corrupt one, which would be the top notch at the FISA.
Interesting. Yes.
Roberts.
Wow, huh?
I don't know. It's just a theory, but I was just thinking out loud there a little bit.
So this is December 17th. I know. December 17th on Tuesday. This is the order that they said. This order responds to reports that the personnel of the FBI provided false information to the National Security Division of the Department of Justice and withheld information from NSD, which was detrimental to the FBI's case in connection with 4 applications for FISA court for authority to conduct electronic surveillance on U.S. citizens named Carter Page. When FBI personnel misled NSD in ways described above, they equally misled the FISA court, guys. This is a boom, guys.
Yeah, this is some serious debacle going on within the FISC courts. And they also reported that I think out of 35,000 requests to the FISA court, total 10 have been rejected.
Right.
And that's over the period, so what, 78, so 40 years or so of this going on. And also interesting, they were saying there was 1,080 FISA requests this past year. I caught that tidbit yesterday.
That's interesting. Wow.
So now we have a clean DOJ doing what? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
asking for FISAs on somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone who worked with a foreign government, anyone who knowingly worked with a foreign government would qualify for one of those, wouldn't they?
Yes, 100%.
Miss Pelosi, where have you been?
She's been drinking.
She's on the sauce again?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, she's
still. Therefore, the court orders the court orders that the government shall, no later than January 10, 2020, inform the court in sworn written submission of what it has done and plans to do to ensure that the statement of facts in each FBI application accurately and completely reflects information possessed by the FBI that is material to any issue presented by the application. In the event the FBI at the same time of that submission is not yet able to perform any of the planned steps described in the submission, it shall also include a proposed timetable for implementing such measures, and B, an explanation of why, in the government's view, the information in the FBI application submitted in the interim should be regarded as reliable, guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
So ordered. So there that is. That's what Q, there that is. There it is. There that is. Which is very interesting. And then this is the Donald Trump letter to Nancy Pelosi, Shady. This is a boom.
Scathing.
Yeah. Do you want to read? I think we should read this whole thing.
I'm okay with reading. You want to just toss it back and forth and read it?
Yep, go for it. You start. And this is December Qth, on a Tuesday, December 17, 2019. And it's a letter from the White House to the Honorable Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Washington, D.C. Dear Madam Speaker. Cack. I do. All right, Shady, you go.
All right, I'm going to read from your screen.
Yes, sir.
Dear Madam Speaker, I write to express my strongest and most powerful protest against the partisan impeachment crusade being pursued by the Democrats in the House of Representatives. This impeachment represents an unprecedented and unconstitutional abuse of power by Democrat lawyers, unequaled in nearly 2.5 centuries of American legislative history. Articles of impeachment introduced by the House Judiciary Committee are not recognizable under any standard of constitutional theory, interpretation, or jurisprudence. They include no crimes, no misdemeanors, and no offenses whatsoever. You have cheapened the importance of the very ugly word impeachment. By proceeding with your invalid impeachment, you are violating your oaths of office, you are breaking your allegiance to the Constitution, and you are declaring open war on American democracy. You dare to invoke the Founding Fathers in pursuit of this election nullification scheme. Yet your spiteful actions display unfettered contempt for America's founding, and your egregious conduct threatens to destroy that which our founders pledged their very lives to build. Even worse than offending the Founding Fathers, you are offending Americans of faith by continually saying, "I pray for the president," when you know this statement is not true unless it is meant in a negative sense. It is a terrible thing you are doing, but you will have to live with it, not I. Your first claim, abuse of power, is a completely disingenuous, meritless, and baseless invention of your imagination. You know that I had a totally innocent conversation with the president of Ukraine. I then had a second conversation that has been misquoted, mischaracterized, and fraudulently misrepresented. Fortunately, there was a transcript of the conversation taken, and you know from the transcript, which was immediately made available, that the paragraph in question was perfect. I said to President Zelensky, I would like you to do us a favor, though, because our country has been through a lot, and Ukraine knows a lot about it. I said, do us a favor, not me and our country, nor a campaign. I then mentioned the Attorney General of the United States. Every time I talk with a foreign leader, I put America's interest first, just as I did with President Zelensky.
Will you continue reading, Shady? I've got somebody at the door.
Gotcha.
All right.
You are turning a policy disagreement between two branches of government into an impeachable offense. It is no more legitimate than the executive branch charging members of Congress with crimes for the lawful exercise of legislative power. You know full well that the Vice President Biden used his office and $1 billion of U.S. aid and money to coerce Ukraine into firing the prosecutor who is digging into the company paying his son millions of dollars. You know this because Biden bragged about it on video. Biden openly stated, I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I looked at them and said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. The prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch, he got fired. Even Joe Biden admitted just days ago in an interview with NPR that it looked bad. Now you are trying to impeach me by falsely accusing me of doing what Joe Biden has admitted he actually did. President Zelensky has repeatedly declared that I did nothing wrong and that there was no pressure. He further emphasized that it was a good phone call, that I don't feel pressure, and explicitly stressed that nobody pushed me. The Ukrainian foreign minister stated very clearly, I have never seen a direct link between investigations and security assistance. He also said there was, quote, no pressure. Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, a supporter of Ukraine, who met privately with Mr. Zelensky, has said at no time during this meeting was there any mention of Zelensky or any Ukrainian that they were feeling pressure to do anything in return for military aid. Many meetings have been held between representatives of Ukraine and our country. Never once did Ukraine complain about pressure being applied, not once. Ambassador Sondland testified that I told him no quid pro quo. I want nothing. I want nothing. I want President Zelensky to do the right thing. Do what he ran on. The second claim, so-called obstruction of Congress, is preposterous and dangerous. House Democrats are trying to impeach the duly elected president of the United States for asserting constitutionally based privileges that have been asserted on a bipartisan basis by administrations of both political parties throughout our nation's history. Under that standard, every American president would have been impeached many times over. As liberal law professor Jonathan Turley warned when addressing the congressional Democrats, I can't emphasize this enough. If you impeach a president, if you make a high crime and misdemeanor out of going to the courts, it's abuse of power. It's your abuse of power. You are doing precisely what you're criticizing the president for doing. Everyone, you included, knows what is really happening. Your chosen candidate lost the election in 2016 in an electoral college landslide, 306 to 227. And you and your party have never recovered from this defeat. You have developed a full-fledged case of what many in the media call Trump derangement syndrome.
Wow.
And sadly, you'll never get over it. You are unwilling and unable to accept the verdict issued at the ballot box during the great election of 2016. So you've spent 3 straight years attempting to overturn the will of the American people and nullify their votes.
Wow.
You view democracy as your enemy.
Speaker Pelosi, you admit, and by the way, we got a Q post. Did you guys know that?
I just saw it.
Oh my gosh. So let's just take a second and check it out, guys. This is it right here. This is house cleaning, no mess, no stress. And this goes over to the Hill status. Durham discoveries can lead only to early retirement. Think FBI departures. Think DOJ departures. Q. And here we go. Twitter on the Hill. Just in, fourth Pentagon official announces resignation within a week. Shady.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
And here we go. Let's look at this article. Fourth Pentagon official announces resignation within a week, guys. A top Pentagon intelligence official will soon leave the building. The fourth key defense official to announce their resignation within 1 week. Principal Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence Kari Bingen will leave in January. Her departure was first reported by Politico. Bingen was the Defense Department's number 2 intelligence official and has been in the role since May 2017. Prior to that, she served at the House Armed Services Committee Policy Director for 4 years and held a number of other positions on committee's Strategic Forces panel. Her announced departure follows 3 others within 7 days. The December 12th notification that the top Asia policy official Randall Shriver would leave after 2 years on the job. The December 13th announcement, the top official in charge of personnel and readiness, Jimmy Stewart, movie house, hello, oh, never mind, had resigned.
You missed that one.
I didn't get it.
Good try.
After a little over a year on the job. And then Tuesday, National Defense News reported Defense Advanced Research, DARPA, leader Stephen Walker will leave in January for a private sector job. So the DARPA head moves on, dudes. And somebody in chat was just saying that, by the way. These 4 vacancies add to a number of openings within the Defense Department, with 6 of the 21 Deputy Assistant Secretaries of Defense Policy jobs still empty. Whoa, 6 of 21, Shady.
Yep.
Several other roles are filled in acting capacity, including Chief Management Officer, Comptroller, Deputy Undersecretary of the Defense for Policy, and the Assistant Defense Secretary for International Security Affairs. Defense Secretary Mark Esper earlier this week downplayed the departures, telling reporters that there is a rhythm to people leaving and taking positions, and said that there was already a replacement for Stewart. You'll probably see some more announcements are coming up soon, Esper said on Monday while flying back to the U.S. from Belgium.
Belgium?
Again,
Interesting. Belgium?
Were
they doing a meeting at that billiard place or something?
They must have, dudes. I mean,
Pelosi was over there too just now.
Yeah, Pelosi was over there, and now there's a terror threat alert.
A threat for Belgium, yes.
Yeah. You just can't make this stuff up, guys. So he added that it's important to get people in place as quickly as possible, if not confirmed, at least acting, and keep moving the Pentagon forward. Pentagon. Sorry.
Oops.
Pentagon. Pentagon. Interdasting. And then here's the DARPA. This is DARPA head resigns. This is Stephen Walker, the 21st director of DARPA. And what is DARPA, guys? Facebook.
DARPA is the comptroller of Facebook and Twitter and Amazon, Microsoft, you name it.
DARPA.
The DARPA.
DARPA. Uh-oh.
Did you reload or is that another one?
That could be. That's it.
That was a reload.
Yep, that was a reload. Reloaded. So we got another Q post, guys. 13:33 in 50 seconds. So that's awesome. House cleaning, no mess, no stress. Thank you, Q.
Can you hear the swamp draining?
Oh man,
you can hear the gurgling in the pipes as it drains on out of Washington D.C. Can't you?
You can. You can.
I mean, it's happening, my friend. I mean, you're really seeing something epic proportions here.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. I mean, Q, thank you for posting. And we got the swamp is draining, Shady. I mean, you can actually hear it. Listen to that. It's actually draining. Huh. That's wild.
That sounds like DC.
It does. Sounds like DC. All right, so Speaker Pelosi, you just admitted last week at a public forum that your party's impeachment effort has been going on for 2.5 years, long before you've ever heard without a phone call with Ukraine. 19 minutes after I took the oath of office, the Washington Post published a story headlined, "The campaign to impeach President Trump has begun." Less than 3 months after my inauguration, Representative Maxine Waters said, "I am going to fight every day until he's impeached." House Democrats included the first impeachment resolution against me within months of my inauguration for what I will be regarded as one of our country's best decisions. The firing of James Corney, see Inspector General reports, who the world now knows is one of the dirtiest cops of our nation has ever seen. A ranting and raving Congresswoman, Rashida Tlaib, declared just hours after she was sworn into office, "We are gonna go there and we're gonna impeach the MFer." Representative Al Green said in May, "I am concerned that if we don't impeach this president, he will get reelected." Again, you and your allies said and did all of these things long before you ever heard of President Zelensky or anything related to the Ukraine. As you know very well, this impeachment drive, it has nothing to do with Ukraine or the totally appropriate conversation I had with its new president. It only has to do with your attempt to undo the 2016 and steal the election of 2020. Congressman Adam Schiff created and lied all the way up to the present day, even going so far as to fraudulently make up, out of thin air, my conversation with President Zelensky of Ukraine and read this fantasy language to Congress as though it was said by me. His shameless lies and deceptions, dating all the way back to the Russia hoax, is one of the main reasons we are here today. You and your party are desperate to distract from the America's extraordinary economy, incredible jobs boom, record stock market, soaring confidence, and flourishing citizens. Your party simply cannot compete with our record. 7 million new jobs, the lowest ever unemployment for African American, Hispanic American, and Asian Americans, a rebuilt military, a completely reformed VA with choice and accountability for our great veterans, more than 170 new federal judges and 2 Supreme Court justices, historic tax regulations cuts, and the elimination of the individual mandate, the first decline in prescription drug prices in a half a century, the first new branch of the United States military since 1947, the Space Force, strong protection of the Second Amendment, criminal justice reform, and defeated ISIS caliphate and the killing of the world's #1 terrorist leader al-Baghdadi, the replacement of the disastrous NAFTA trade deal with the wonderful USMCA, Mexico and Canada, a breakthrough phase 1 trade deal with China, massive new trade deals with Japan and South Korea, withdrawal from the terrible Iran nuclear deal, cancellation of the unfair and costly Paris Climate Accord, becoming the world's top energy producer, recognition of Israel's capital, opening the American embassy in Jerusalem and recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, a colossal reduction in illegal border crossings, the ending of catch and release, and the building of the southern border wall. And that is just the beginning. There is so much more. You cannot defend your extreme policies, open border, mass migration, high crime, crippling taxes, socialized healthcare, destruction of the American energy, late-term taxpayer-funded abortion, elimination of Second Amendment, the radical far-left theories of law and justice, and constant partisan obstruction, or both common sense and common good. There is nothing I would rather do than to stop referring to your party as the do-nothing Democrats. Unfortunately, I don't know that you will ever give me a chance to do so. After 3 years of unfair, unwarranted investigations, $45 million spent, 18 angry Democrat prosecutors, the entire force of the FBI, headed by leadership, now proven to be totally incompetent and corrupt, you have found nothing. Few people in high positions could have endured or passed this test. You do not know, nor do you care, the great damage and hurt you have inflicted upon the wonderful and loving members of my family. You conducted a fake investigation upon democratically elected president of the United States, and you're doing it yet again. There are not many people who could have taken this punishment inflicted during this period of time and yet done so much for the success of America and its citizens. But instead of putting our country first, you have decided to disgrace our country still further. You completely failed with the Mueller report because there is nothing to find. So you decided to take to the next hoax, that came along, the phone call with Ukraine, even though it was a perfect call. And by the way, when I speak of foreign countries, there are many people with permission listening to the call on both sides of the conversation. You are the one interfering with America's elections. You are the ones subverting America's democracy. You are the ones obstructing justice. You are the ones bringing pain and suffering to our republic for your own selfish, personal, political, and partisan gain. Before the impeachment hoax, there was the Russian witch hunt. Against all evidence, and regardless of the truth, you and your deputies claimed that my campaign colluded with the Russians. A grave, malicious, and slanderous lie, a falsehood like no other. You forced our nation through turmoil and torment over a wholly fabricated story, illegally purchased from a foreign spy by Hillary Clinton and the DNC in order to assault our democracy. Yet when the monstrous lie was debunked and this Democrat conspiracy dissolved into dust, you did not apologize. You did not recant. You did not ask to be forgiven. You showed no remorse, no capacity for your self-reflection. Instead, you pursued to your next libelous and vicious crusade. You engineered an attempt to frame and defame an innocent person. All of this was motivated by personal political calculation. Your speakership and your party are held hostage by your most deranged and radical representatives of the far left. Each one of your members lives in fear of a socialist primary challenger. This is what is driving impeachment. Look at Congressman Nadler's challenge. Look at yourself, Look at yourself and others. Do not take our country down with your party. If you truly cared about freedom and liberty of our nation, then you would be destroying your own vast investigative resources and exposing the full truth concerning the FBI's horrifying abuse of power before, during, and after the 2016 election, including the use of spies against my campaign and the submission of false evidence to a FISA court and concealment of exculpatory evidence in order to frame the innocent. The FBI has great, honorable people, but the leadership was inept and corrupt. I would think that you personally would be appalled by these revelations because in your press conference, the day you announced impeachment, you tied impeachment effort directly to the completely discrediting the Russian hoax, declaring twice that all roads lead to Putin when you know this is an abject lie. I have been far tougher on Russia than President Obama ever even thought to be. Shady.
All right, let's go. Any member of Congress who votes in support of impeachment against every shred of truth, fact, evidence, and legal principle is showing how deeply they revile the voters and how truly they detest America's constitutional order. Our founders feared the tribalization of partisan politics, and you are bringing the worst fears to life. Worse still, I have been deprived of basic constitutional due process from the beginning of this impeachment scam right up until the present. I have been denied the most fundamental rights afforded by the Constitution, including the right to present evidence, to have my own counsel present, to confront accusers, and to call and cross-examine witnesses like the so-called whistleblower who started this entire hoax with a false report of the phone call that bears no relationship to the actual phone call that was made. Once I presented the transcribed call, which surprised and shocked the fraudsters, they never thought such evidence would be presented. The so-called whistleblower and the second whistleblower disappeared because they got caught. Their report was a fraud, and they were no longer going to be made available to us. In other words, once the phone call was made public, your whole plot blew up, but that didn't stop you from continuing. More due process was afforded to those accused in the Salem witch trials. Interesting that he says that. You and others on the committees have long said impeachment must be bipartisan. It is not. You said it is very divisive. It certainly is, even far more than you ever thought possible, and it will only get worse. This is nothing more than an illegal partisan attempted coup that will, based on recent sentiment, badly fail at the voting booth. You're not just after me as president. You are after the entire Republican Party. But because of the colossal injustice, our party is more united than it has ever been before. History will judge you harshly as you proceed with this impeachment charade. Your legacy will be that of turning the House of Representatives from a revered legislative body into a star chamber of partisan persecution. Perhaps most insulting of all is your false display of solemnity. You apparently have so little respect for the American people that you expect them to believe that you are approaching this impeachment somberly, reservedly, and reluctantly. No intelligent person believes what you are saying. Since the moment I won the election, the Democrat Party has been possessed by impeachment fever. There is no, what is that? Reticence.
Yeah.
This is not a somber affair. You are making a mockery of impeachment, and you are scarcely concealing your hatred of me, of the Republican Party, and tens of millions of patriotic Americans. The voters are wise, and they are seeing straight through this empty, hollow, dangerous game you are playing. I have no doubt the American people will hold you and the Democrats fully responsible in the upcoming 2020 election. They will not soon forgive your perversion of justice and abuse of power. There is far too much that needs to be done to improve the lives of our citizens. It's time for you and the highly partisan Democrats in Congress to immediately cease this impeachment fantasy and get back to work for the American people. While I have no expectation that you will do so, I write this letter to you for the purpose of history and to put my thoughts on a permanent and undeniable record, indelible record, 100 years from now, when people will look back at this affair. I want them to understand it and learn from it so that it can never happen to another president again. Sincerely yours, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America.
Wow.
Now, I don't really know how that we can sum up Q better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that that was an amazing summary of Q and the movement and the America. You know, they're acting like it's a person. It's not. It's 63 plus million votes, plus the ones that were stolen.
Yes.
303 electoral votes. That is who we have 227 electoral votes going up against 303. They are attempting to create this mirage out there. And the president did an amazing job of focus, solidification, and poignant fact about what has just occurred to him as a human being, not the president of the United States. As a human being, he was treated unfairly from the moment he announced. Now we know they were spying on his campaign 6 months before they're even claiming they are, maybe even more. All of it's coming to light. And you know, did you hear the speaker's comments after when they asked her yesterday, Matrixx? She said, "Oh yeah, I read parts of it, and it's just sick."
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. So much mirror going on. This is why Q is important. Like I was saying last week, man, how would we orient ourselves in this, right?
Yeah.
If we didn't have Q.
You know, if we didn't have Q, we would be believing all this stuff, guys, in my opinion.
We wouldn't know what was going on. We would literally all be on so many different pages at the same time. And you know, that was part of their plan whenever he got elected.
Right.
They didn't know that at that point we weren't unified.
That's right.
Now we have this huge unified voice that's like that's you know, it's like destroying, you know, we broke it. 2 years, we broke it.
We broke it. And
now it's time to put it back together the right way.
And again, this is a great time to be alive. If it weren't for the Q information, see, you know, everybody's, oh, Q is a LARP, Q this, Q that, Q. It has no, I don't even care who Q is or what Q is, folks.
Nope. It's the information.
It's the information. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
And that's another thing that's the beauty about it, because you see their tactic. Their tactic is to always attack the messenger. Like, if it's a human being, you attack the person until they shut up.
Right.
You attack, you know, you just jump on them until they shut up. Well, what's going on now is the exact inverse of that.
Right.
Whenever they're spouting off, we're jumping all over them, trying to make them shut up. Right.
Right.
You know, because we're attaching the truth to all of their lies, whereas propaganda won't work the other way.
That's
you
right.
You can't just wash away the truth with propaganda. You can only present it to people who aren't looking at the truth.
That's right. And we've been doing this for a long time, guys. Like this is an amazing, like you said, time to be alive. I really don't know what would happen if it weren't for the information and all of us getting together. I really don't. It's interesting to think about.
Even if he had his Twitter, even with his Twitter, it's still not enough, and they knew it wouldn't be enough to penetrate through the noise.
That's
or
right.
to get past the breaker off the island, if you will, or whatever you're reference.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the next one. I guess I goofed that one up pretty good. Let's go on to the next. So we did cover this.
It up.
Which one are we on now? Let me just see. Oh yeah,
we were right there after this guy.
Discovery, right?
Yeah.
So Discovery, Q. This is the FISA court slams FBI over surveillance. I mean, that is huge, guys. Huge. I mean, they actually went and slammed the FBI. The FBI guys. That's you just can't. That's amazing. That helps us so much, dude. All right, so this
helps us tremendously.
Yeah, I mean, it helps our argument for sure, right?
Absolutely. I mean, against all of the people that are the naysayers, and really we're not even against them. I do refer to that, and I don't really mean it the way that I say it, because we're not really against the alternative media. They're against us.
Right.
We're just presenting information, and they're the ones standing there pointing at us saying what we're saying is a lie. So we're not really against them. Same with the propaganda thing. They're the propaganda. All we're doing is we're trying to give people a different avenue of information, another logical point to leap off of.
Yep.
Brainwashing people to think for themselves.
That's crazy.
And that's just crazy.
So you mean this cult is not brainwashing people?
Cult 45.
Cult 45. All right, so this is the next one. The frequency with which representations made by FBI personnel turned out to be unsupported or contradicted by information in their possession, and with which they withheld information detrimental to their case, calls into question whether information contained in other FBI applications is reliable. Think Flynn _FISA. Illegal? Q.
FISA court's getting nervous.
Maybe they're on our side now, right? So this is it. This is what we kind of, just showed you earlier. The FISA doc. Awesome. All right, so let's go to the next one, Shady. This is Twitter NatSec Lisa.
Lisa who?
Lisa turned the page.
Lisa Turn the Page was out there trying to turn the page on the news last night, wasn't she?
I didn't see it.
I didn't watch it. I watched a couple clips. I didn't watch the whole thing.
All right, so this is going on Rachel Maddow show tonight. It's time to talk about the release of my text messages, the 2 years of lies shouted across the media about me, and what it's like when the President of the United States tries to ruin your life.
Oh, wait. What's it like when you try to ruin the life of the President of the United States?
Yeah. Or like, create treason.
Do you know that one thing that she said was public servants shouldn't be treated like this? Wait a minute. Did you elect Lisa Page?
No.
You didn't elect her?
No, I didn't.
Did anyone else out here chat go to the ballot box and elect Lisa Page for anything?
Nope.
Huh. Well, because a public servant would be someone who's elected, in my opinion, not a paid person to do a job, even though if you're in the NCIC or whatever the heck it is, you're not a public servant unless you're elected.
That's right. That's right. And
it's a job.
And that's, we need to call them public servants again, not authorities or officials, because they work for us, pal.
No man is above another. If anything, they're beneath you.
That's right.
You're elevated. They should be looking up to you for answers, not going in front of cameras and standing there and talking about how they're going to impeach. The one lady this morning, who is the CIA lady, Strachan or whatever, She's on there saying that I spent the whole weekend. We got the Constitution out. We had the Federalist Papers out. She's literally acting like she read the Federalist Papers, my friend. This is how ridiculous these people are being. Boy, they sure do clutch the Constitution one day, and they're ready to tear Ben Franklin down from the center square the next day, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whatever's convenient. I stand behind my founding fathers since I learned of them.
Yeah, that's what they did for me in 8th grade. I had to learn the Constitution. That's why I'm here with you today.
Thank goodness I had good teachers that thought it was important.
Yep.
Because a lot of people I know, especially where I live, don't know anything about it.
And read it. And get that Constitution Quest game if you have kiddos. It's a great game. It's a great game to play with the children. So this is the propaganda. Propaganda. Of course, it's propaganda. She's playing the victim card, right? Propaganda. GoFundMe next, and WikiHow. How to prepare for jail. Jail and prison are two different institutions. Jails are most often run by sheriffs and/or local governments and are designed for holding individuals awaiting trial or serving sentences shorter than a year. Prisons are operated by the state and federal government and hold people convicted of crimes and sentenced for more than 1 year. Both institutions provide specialized services, but depending on where you end up, those services will differ. The list can go on and on, but what is certain is that some basic preparation that will help you in either situation. So before you go to jail, you want to learn as much as possible about the institution as possible. In addition to the imprisoned population, think of yourself as an anthropologist, learning the rules of a new society. If you can do this and keep your cool, you can make your time served and easier for yourself. So taking care of your obligations, talk, here, you got to take care of my obligations, talk to your employer, social. Right? Finances, get your finances in order, Lisa. Bank account, borrow money and put in your bank account, or you're gonna have to get a GoFundMe, right? Is that what's happening?
This is so classic.
Get your attorney, Lisa. Also, Lisa, you might want to determine the custody rights if you have children. I don't think she does, but you never know. And then just visitation rules. Learn about that so Peter Strzok can come see you in jail. Or maybe Peter Strzok will be in jail too. I don't know. Figure out how money works inside. Most places keep tabs. I mean, you might want to sell cigarettes or something. Lisa, you got to figure out how they want to do it. And basically, I've seen a lot of these shows. You got to beat somebody up right away, otherwise they're going to take advantage of you. So learn what constitutes.
You got to come in strong.
Learn what constitutes as good behavior. All right, general services. Talk to your jail about general services. Make sure you do that. Conduct yourself appropriately, Lisa. So be yourself and don't draw attention. Socialize, but don't associate. The wrongfully convicted and recently released writer and speaker. I mean, you want to cultivate your reputation as an individual man or woman. Lose the attitude, Lisa. Polite answers, ignore. Oh my gosh, 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's hilarious, guys. Oh my gosh. So you can read more on how Lisa's going to prepare for jail there at that link that Q sent us. Here we go. This is
very helpful. It's very kind of him to be helpful to her.
It is,
I mean, we all got to prepare here. We are Americans. We know, this is our system. You screwed up, but we want you to be ready.
Yeah. Yeah, we see somebody says, I see chat, but no sound. I believe everybody else hears us 5-5, so you might want to just refresh. But you can't hear me say that, so, oh well. It's 37-16, Shady.
37-16, 12-17, 19 at 17:03. First indictment unseal would trigger mass population awakening. First arrest will verify action and confirm future direction. They will fight, but you are ready. Marker 9, brackets, Q, Matrixxx.
Yeah.
I really love that post. Can I read it again?
Yeah, because here it is right here. There you go. Do it.
First indictment unseal will trigger mass population awakening. First arrest will verify action and confirm future direction. They will fight, but you are ready. Marker 9. Q.
Oh my
ready, guys.
Gosh, that is
ready, guys. Look what we did. Look what we've done, Matrixxx.
Shady,
we're ready. You know what that means?
Give me a boom.
Boom.
That is a boom shakalaka, folks.
This is going to be unprecedented. And from this, I saw the one meme that someone made pointed to 44 yesterday. That was pretty interesting for maybe directly connecting to this post. But
yep, I'll go.
I've
got that in
Comey.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to that since you just mentioned it. That's a good one to go to. I
think it was in your thread.
That was a good one to read again. Also, there was 17 Q drops on the 17th. Hang on, blocking my pictures. My pictures.
They do that. They're doing it to me all the time now.
Yeah, they don't like us. They don't. Here you go, Shady. Oh, look at 17 on the 17th. Woo!
17!
Yeah.
What a hoot yesterday was. That was the I-70, Coach Clay on here, all kinds of drops. We were going left and right. That was fun.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. Q dropped 11 posts during our show yesterday too, and one today. Not the first time. Thank you, Q team. In fact, Q did drop 11 posts exactly a while ago too, before we were banned on this thing.
That's true.
Right. Q keeps posting while you're live on the show, says LK Dark to Light. Absolutely. 17 mistakes, 17 Trump tweets. Amazing. So here's that anon theory. So Q3041 says the unsealing of the first several indictments will bring about unity and change that we can believe in. Returning power to the people. Returning the rule of law to our land. We stand together. We stand together as patriots. Q. And then obviously we got this one here, 37, 16, and 17. The first indictment seal will trigger mass pop wicking. So this is anon theory. Future will prove past. But then you've got the 4-2 cut too, Shady. So very interesting, man. Very interesting.
That was an interesting meme for sure, because it connected back to that other Q post that kind of directly indicated
change that we can believe in. Right.
Yeah, change. You can believe in.
Yeah, keep the change.
I also want you home.
I thought this was interesting because we got two things that popped out. Obviously, 17. I know. All right, and then scam, Shady. So if you look at Q posts with scam, once the documents supplied and viewed by Senate and congressional leaders and the public, they lose. Setup, scam, FISA, abuse of executive powers, illegal spying, frame, insert assets, prevent at all costs, traitors all. They know we know. But until the public knows, it is contained. The people have the power. MSM will portray progressive activists as large part of the population. This is false. No possibility of compromise. Do not underestimate our resolve. We stand at the ready. Q.
They stand at the ready, and now you stand at the ready, Patriots. You are ready. You're armed with the way to tell your friends what is going on when stuff starts to happen. That's what they needed to do. There's no way we could have done that a year ago. We couldn't have done that even 6 months ago, I don't think. Now we have the majority. Now we've had enough of these cases get through. We've got enough people out of the FBI and the DOJ. The blockades are gone. Justice is in the house. And we're moving to the next step of this crazy impeachment thing, which, and I did see a lot of people tossing around the theories about the Senate turning on him yesterday.
Yeah. They're lying.
Yeah, they're kind of like trying to make up some stuff. And I have no doubt that a senator or two may turn, but realize that it's not a 50-50 vote. This takes a 2/3 majority in the Senate to convict.
That's right.
So, that means 75 of them got to go.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
70 of them or whatever. So, that's right now we have 53 on our side. So it's not going to happen.
So Shady, here's that full Q post of 1589. Signal sent. Attempts still made, averted. Do you believe it is coincidence? Extreme rhetoric is being pushed while at the same time RR is on the brink of collapse. Define. RR must either comply with all document demands or face impeachment. Two-way failure. If he complies, he fails. Self-implication, known conflict. If he fails to comply, he gets impeached, removed. Why no DOJ text disclosed to the public? RR to LL. LL to H. X to X. JC to LL. 24/7 X. Relevant. LL is key to connecting to White House, HRC, BC, JB, JC, SP, and EH. Where are the JCAM text messages? Gmail messages, burner phone messages, call pulls, coming soon to a theater near you. And Q posted a theater yesterday as well, guys.
I was in the front.
Yeah, you were. P.S. LP, texts are only scratching the surface. Threats of assassination. They are preparing for this by activating progressive activists. Red line. Look at that, guys. Once the documents are supplied and viewed by the... So this is that scam post, guys, that I was talking about. Right here. That's the full post. Our POTUS, 17 and scam. Boom. Boom. Also, let's check this out.
It has been more than 2 years since Justice Neil Gorsuch joined the nation's highest court. And now he is out with a brand new book, A Republic If You Can Keep It. Joining us now for a rare live interview, Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. Good morning to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I love that you
Merry
say
Christmas.
that. What an honor to talk to you. Look.
So Merry Christmas, Justice Gorsuch. Merry Christmas, Patriots. Merry Christmas, Anons. And, you know, I used to say Merry Christmas in New York City all the time. And, you know, people would say, oh, well, you know, I'm Jewish. Happy Hanukkah. Well, Happy Hanukkah to you. Nobody cares, guys. You can say Merry Christmas.
5-5.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
To you and your wonderful family in America and around the world who are coming together to stand up for something bigger than just what your bank account, something bigger than your job, something bigger than anyone even knows. We are fighting an ancient, corrupt establishment here, and you guys are winning, and you've done an amazing job coming together and helping bring the truth. We were put here for this. We were all brought here for this. Excellent.
Yeah, very excellently said, Shady. And, you know, I always have people say, you know, Happy Holidays. I just say Merry Christmas, and then they say Merry Christmas back. You know, it's time to, like, if you believe in Christmas, say Merry Christmas. If you are, you know, Jewish, of the Jewish faith, and you want to say Happy Hanukkah, say Happy Hanukkah. Because nobody cares. Christmas does not mean that you're a white supremacist. Christmas does not mean the shit that these people are saying. I'm so sorry.
And neither does our founding documents or the, you know, it's the same argument they make with everything. You know, this division part of, I mean, how many, you know, look at all the Q posts with talking about how they're going to try to divide you.
Yep.
And that they are trying to divide you. It has to do with every, you know, whether it's Black Lives Matter or hate crimes or whatever. You know, the crime is a crime. Murder is a murder. Assault is assault. Prejudging why someone's motives are is what I would consider a thought crime, which is, you know, Orwellian as it gets.
Absolutely.
It's a crime. A crime is a crime. It's a murder. It's not anything else.
So US of Q, United States of Q there, what's up, my brother? He says marker 9 might point to Comey's dismissal, which was on May 9th.
Interesting. I was also thinking marker 9 maybe pointing us to Q post 836.
836. Let me get over
where
there.
we have, remember we were just talking about the whistleblower traps.
Yeah.
Mission 8, and now we're on mission 9, censorship.
Oh, yes.
And then after that, it says classification plus relay.
Class plus relay,
now,
yeah.
Yep, which now to me looks like, okay, we're saying censorship and then classified plus relay. The relay could be the presidential alert system.
The relay could be the alert system or us relaying the D class. I don't, you know, in general.
That's definitely true. But if you think that, you know, they're going to censor if they take, let's say they take YouTube down and Twitter down and Facebook down as a whole platform, then we would need a relay.
Jeffrey Horlick says marker 9 could be Trey Gowdy. That's a very good possibility as well, my brother.
Does that connect with a post with Trey or something?
I don't know, but I've heard a lot about
theory there, Anon?
Trey Gowdy. Yeah, that was Jeffrey out there.
Hey Jeffrey, what's your give us something else on that?
Yep, give us a little more. What you're saying on that. Yes, Jeffrey he said thumbs up, so he's gonna type something, right, Jeffrey? Give us a little something more, and then we'll read it. So that's the FISA court letter. That Merry Christmas. Did you see this, Shady? This is the U.S. Department of Interior, I think, giving us a hat tip, us being the Anons, the army of frogs, right? If a holiday season has you feeling stuck in the muck, we hope you find the support you need. Take a walk in nature, open up to a trusted friend. Spend time doing something worthwhile. You are not alone. Q.
From who?
Q. I mean, look at that.
That sounds like a Q post.
That's Pepe.
There's Pepe.
And just 30 minutes later on Instagram, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. That's a nod, guys.
They're talking to you.
I believe so.
Wow. Anon interaction?
Hannah. Pepe! Also, let's cover this real quick. The U.S. Department of State issued a level 2 travel warning to American citizens in Belgium, warning of a possible terror attack and asking for increased caution. And we know Pelosi was there, and we also know somebody we know pointed us to the Hotel Antwerp Billiard Palace in Belgium. Interesting.
Merry Cumas.
So this picture, Shady, is going to go down in history, in my opinion. This is our treasonous Speaker of the House against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help me God, she says. Have fun with that, Nancy. This picture and moment will go down in history. I guarantee you that.
Did you hear her say that she was still a practicing doctor?
Yeah, I heard that.
Does that mean that does that have anything to do with like all the prescription drugs
that she's on? And everybody's shitting in her district. Did you see that
being
post?
A doctor doesn't mean taking your Xanax.
Did you see the poop reports on California in her district? It's disgusting, guys.
Oh, there was video coming out yesterday of people actually going to the bathroom inside stores now.
Yep, in the aisle.
Opening toilet paper and going to the bathroom right there in the aisle. I mean, it's like.
So let's reelect her, Shady.
Let's impeach Pelosi.
No, we need to reelect her.
Impeach Pelosi.
We want poop all over our frickin' cities, right?
Yeah, if you look at the diagram now, it's like the whole island is covered in poop.
It's disgusting.
People are reporting it.
Yeah, so
post number 9, that's what he was pointing us to.
Post number 9?
Yep.
Let's look at it.
Sorry about that. Took me a second to get back on it.
Go for it.
Projection. D's can't lose control over the black population. At some point, the Great Awakening will occur whereby these false local national black leaders are corrupt, paid off to help keep Juan Williams, to help keep the black population poor and in need. Dems formed the Confederate States against freeing the slaves. Dems formed the KKK. HRC's mentor is who? Robert Byrd. What happens if the truth about Haiti is released? Do Dems lose the majority of the vote? Through the looking glass, they rely on the mainstream media to keep the narrative going, but tech is entrenching in their controls. They missed this in 2016 and desperately attempting to censor. Now, due to CIA cash infusions, this will fail. So the word censor falls into that, and it's our number 9 as well. Interesting.
And looking glass.
And looking glass in that post.
Interdasting. Let's look at 1 year deltas. D-Day, 12/19. That's one for tomorrow. D-Day, Patriots. We'll have our country back. Q plus.
POTUS.
So this is all tomorrow. This is not another 4-year election. Oh, by the way, when they were doing their little crap up there, you know, I was watching the House impeachment stuff, and somebody says they know it, you know it, and we all know it. And that comes from this speech of Trump elections. It's funny that they're using his own words against him. Very interesting, guys. So this is tomorrow. The clock is ticking. So why does the fake news media continually attack, as they say, so-called only a conspiracy, nothing to see here, lonely guy behind a keyboard movement? The largest media companies in the world giving it so much attention. Washington Post leading the attack. Logical thinking as always. Look at this, guys. Clock is ticking. Flynn hearing. This is about the Flynn hearing. So very interesting, guys. This is a year for tomorrow. So that's for tomorrow. Let's look at 2-year deltas. 2-year deltas, I think, look at this. This is 1YQ. This is tomorrow. These are tomorrow. Interesting. Tomorrow. Let's go to 18s. Let's go down to 18s. Hang on. Here are 18s, guys. 12, 18. Flash break. We got the plus, the pyramid, Shady. Shall we play a game? This Q post 365. Very interesting. The Great Awakening, POTUS today, unlock. So that was about that. Remember that missile, right? Splash, Fox 3. Extraction, good. Atlanta Airport. That's right. The Atlanta Airport had something going on where it went dark. Remember that? Look at Bishop Cult.
And we had the France Vatican emissary resign yesterday.
That's right. This is tomorrow again.
He wasn't just a somebody. This was the main ambassador to France from the Vatican.
Right.
You know, it's like there's no news stories about this, but that's a problem.
Yeah, that is a big problem. Also, this is interesting. This is in the end, Patriots protect Patriots. All will be right. This is about General Flynn as well. Today, our president, the 18th, excuse me. Yeah, today at 11:38 said, in the end, nothing had happened. We don't approach anything like the egregious conduct that should be necessary before a president should be removed from office. I believe that a president can't be removed from office if there is no reasonable possibility that the Senate won't convict and remove the president. So basically, in the end, there's our General Flynn. In the end, all will be right. Patriots protect Patriots. Q. Then also, simple, we made it public. Operation closed and cleaned. Coincidence post dropped. Coincidence no name, exactly 30. Coincidence Senator Graham activated. In the end, you will be shocked to learn what you've essentially witnessed. Think New York City bomber fireworks hours prior. Where we go one, we go all. Q. Also, 3332. Boom, week ahead. Treason doesn't pay well in the end.
No, it doesn't. It's a long road to nowhere, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. There you go. I thought that was very interesting. Let me just reduce that a little bit again. I think that's that. That's that for that thread, Shady. That is that.
That was pretty incredible, wasn't it?
And now we have today's Q post right here. House cleaning, no mess, no stress, and more. Let's go. The power of a Q, guys. The power of a Q.
Power of being united under one letter, one thought form.
Amazing.
America, freedom, liberty, justice. Things that we really like that they don't like. I guess maybe the swamp doesn't like justice for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe to protect their family. They don't like justice so their family doesn't get in trouble.
That's right. That's right.
But they like justice whenever they're prosecuting someone else.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's yeah. We got.
They like it so much they'll make stuff up. They like it so much they'll change stuff. They'll withhold pertinent information. I mean, my goodness. No wonder the original Constitution said that a lawyer was a title of nobility.
Yeah. Right.
Because they twist stuff and spin stuff just in your court system, just like they're doing in your media.
That's right. Let me see. Let me check this out, Shady. What do we got here? We got Code Monkey says 8kun is being attacked. It's being attacked every day.
Extra hard right now.
Yeah.
It's gone offline twice in the last 5 minutes.
Right. Oh, that's because Q it's funny. Back when 8kun or 8chan was there, you could always tell when Q was about to post because they must have some sort of way to figure it out because it always got attacked. Very interesting.
Yeah, and whenever we say attack, there's multiple different ways that they attack the boards. Not only do they DDoS attack it, but they infiltrate it with mass amounts of people, attempting to make a post at the same time. They could set their little gadgets up, and everybody posts at the same time that takes it offline.
That's
so
right.
What they're attempting to do is prevent you from seeing the Q posts yourself and preventing Q from having access to the board to post more.
That's right. So, guys, have you seen, we've got 421 likes, 892 people watching right now. 4 thumbs down, Shady.
We're not doing good today, are we?
No.
Don't be disappointed. It's only 4.
But I get thumbs down, Shady. It makes me cry.
Well, at least you didn't get I-70's 3 thumbs down.
Maybe that's what it is. Hey, I-70, take it back. Shills Aplenty says pseudonym. They love to make it difficult for you. Also, guys, make sure you check out the Patriot pin, folks. Yesterday was a really good day for you guys. Christmas is coming. Get it. Get yours today so you can hand them the great stocking stuffers right here, Shady.
Really nice quality pins here, and a big showing.
Yeah,
according to them from our great Patriots here.
Yes, we've done really well, guys, and keep it up because it does help us help you guys. With a little bit of. With a little bit of sponsorship, so we appreciate that. Also, make sure you get over to redpillliving.com/intheMatrixx, Shady. This is something that's amazing, and they've been amazing to us. They got the C60 and coconut oil form, olive oil form. They've also got the liposomal supplements. That's redpillliving/intheMatrixx with 3 X's. They got the turmeric. You've heard that's very good for you. They got the D3 with K2. They've got the B12 stuff, guys. Liposomal vitamins. And we can do gift cards. If you need your colloidal silver, give these guys a try. Give it a shot. Check theirs out. They got the keto balance, also the Chela cream, chelation therapy. So that's redpillliving.com/intheMatrixx with 3 X's. And just because you guys are watching today, use the code Matrixx with 3 X's for 10% off. And
we're also interested in your experience with these products. So don't hesitate to send us a little message in your experience specifically with the products, and we can maybe use that as a little bit of to help some other people that have similar issues. That's kind of this is one of the best ways we can relate to try to move forward. These aren't gimmick products. These are actual research products that people are putting together because of their concern of the toxins and the poisons in our bloodstream, in our air, in the water. They get into us. We can get them out. They're not stuck in you forever. You just have to make an effort to take the right steps. And so, please let us know your different experiences. Already had a couple people send me some DMs saying that they enjoyed multiple of these products. And I like taking the C60.
Awesome. Yeah, it gets those heavy metals out and a little more safer than a pill. I guess it's easier on your kidneys and your liver and all that stuff. So
it releases at a little bit different of a rate instead of when you just take a pill.
Correct. Kanish says, "Hey Shady, what do you take?"
I take the C60 with the coconut oil.
Yep.
About a quarter to a half a teaspoon every morning when I get up and before breakfast.
So you see that coconut oil? There's the 9 fluid ounces right there. And how do you what do you do? Just take a spoonful and just kind of?
Yep. I just take a little spoon, put it in there, and just let it melt in my mouth. I don't really swallow it. Just sort of let it melt in my mouth and just kind of do its own thing.
Yep. Space Cow says essential oils rocks, and Fiona says sharing the info, Shady. C60 olive oil is great, says Charla. That's awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much. And Shady, I think with that, this has been quite a show. We got another Q post today. I love it.
Well, I love when Q posts during the show, and I really do like. The biggest thing from yesterday, man, came from him saying that you were ready. I thought we were going to get that message at some point, and I didn't think that the big booms would happen until we got a message similar to that. Yesterday was a big 5-5 for all of you great Patriots out there around the world. And like I said, around the world, not just in America, these changes can come to you. You can gather and you can instigate and create a constitution that takes away their power to control your money. That is something within your grasp. We've got to be thinking about that. Transparency is going to be the key, Matrixx, and that's what we're doing here every day. So much fun. Glad to be with you again.
That's right. And Reptiles for Q says new Q. I don't see it yet.
Oh, right now?
Yeah. If there's new Q, we're staying. You know that, guys, right? Let's see. What time is it? 2:31.
I'm just showing 37:18. Unless maybe it's on Patriots fight. I'm not showing a new one on the board.
Yep, no new Q.
But I've missed them before.
Unless Reptile came in a little late and didn't realize that we'd already covered 3718. That could be it. That could be very well it.
Back it up, maybe, Reptile.
Yep. Yeah, back it up. So we did cover this as it dropped, and this is 3718. House cleaning, no mess, no stress. It leads to the Hill status. Durham discoveries can only lead to early retirement. Think FBI departures. Think DOJ departures. Q. And it leads us over to this article here talking about Pentagon. What is the order? What is the code? It's Matrixxx with 3 X's, Becky, to get 10% off. And right there in the link to this video in the description, it's all right there for you. Also, guys, we've got the PayPal. We've got the T-shirts. If you guys want to do stocking stuffers for your friends, we've got some great T-shirts. And there's also other things, too. So all of your help helps us move forward because we are being censored, guys. We don't make a whole heck of a lot of money because they are censoring us. We rely on your donations, sadly, but happy that you are able to, and thank you guys so very much. We got the Patreon as well. Shady, I think that's it, guys. I think we're gonna head on out of this Matrixxx, folks.
Duck and cover. I see Trinity getting to the phone. She's coming close.
Oh.
Another great, wonderful show, Matrixxx. Thanks so much for being here.
Yep. Thank you very much, Shady. God bless you, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Boom.
Boom. And let's go out with some VV. intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com, at intheMatrixxx with 3x's on Twitter. And don't forget Shady Grooove with 3 O's on Twitter, at Jen Flynn, to follow our general. God bless you all, Patriots. Much love.
What